Join Drs. Savanah Craig and Ronnetta Sartor as we navigate life beyond graduation. Real conversations about forging our own paths in our early years, in our careers. There's a reason it's called practicing dentistry. Alrighty, so to round out season 1 of Beyond Graduation, I think we've got to celebrate some big milestones in each of our careers.
So for me, pretty much around this time is me celebrating 1 year of practice ownership.
Whoop whoop.
And yeah, I know time flies. And then for Savanah, she has a big milestone that she's celebrating as well.
6 months as an associate.
So different places, but we wanted to take the time to let you guys know some of the things that we've learned on our journey for practice ownership as well as associateship.
Yeah. Give the people a reminder of sort of your path, dental school till now. How'd you get where you are now?
Sure. So I finished dental school in 2017, and then I did a GPR residency. Um, that was 1 year, and I finished that in 2018. And then from 2018 until 2022, I was an associate in a group practice, private practice, and um, I thought that that was going to be my home and where I was going to buy in as a partner in that office. But that wasn't the case, and I ended up um, acquiring a practice from a dentist that was wanting to retire, that was closer to where I live in September of 2022. So when you all listen to this, it might be closer to my 2 year anniversary, and I'll probably have a lot more wisdom to share at that point. But it's been a wild ride, and overall, I'm really excited that I have embarked on a journey of ownership, and I'm learning so much each day. But overall, I'm super happy with my decision. Okay, so now it's your turn, Savanah. Let's let the folks know your journey, and because you kind of were kind of all over the place in terms
Yeah.
of states and that sort of thing.
Yeah. So I graduated from the Ohio State University in 2022. Then I did a 1-year GPR in South Carolina, the same program. And then finished that in July of 2023, and then started in private practice shortly thereafter. Um, so I'm in a large group practice with several other dentists. So it's really cool to, sort of kept that residency mentality alive of sharing ideas and bouncing ideas off of each other and sharing the load. So I really have enjoyed that a lot.
Pretty good. So I would say one of the main things that I've learned, and I'm still learning, is to trust the process and to not rush the journey.
Ooh.
And so I think us as dentists, a lot of us are really type A, and we have checklists of all the things we want to get done. Um, and we want to get it done right now. We don't want to wait. And sometimes that creates a lot of pressure
Yeah.
on us. And so part of it is there's nothing wrong with having your checklist, there's nothing wrong with it, but pacing yourself
Yeah.
and not feeling that you have to have everything done right this moment is one of the things that I've learned. Because, it's in 1 year, like we've accomplished so much. Like the office looks completely different than it looked when the previous owner owned it.
Mm-hmm.
Our team looks completely different. We've gone from only having myself and 3 other team members to myself and 6 other team members.
Yeah.
Just the way we do dentistry entirely. and our patient focus and everything has changed tremendously in just 1 year's time. Um, and it was a lot of stress and pressure on myself along that way. Um, but that's no way to live. Like putting so much pressure on yourself that you know you don't want to burn out. It's
Yeah,
just like it's the same thing with like associateships and any part of dentistry. Just trust the process. Set goals and do your best to accomplish them. And if you don't accomplish them, it's not the end of the world. It's just an opportunity to learn and to do better next time.
that's a really healthy perspective.
This is looking back on all the
Yeah, in the
stressful
moment.
days and nights, and asking myself why am I putting so much pressure on myself? Like,
Yeah,
it's my practice now, and I plan to own it for as long as I can. So like,
yeah,
yeah, it's a whole journey in that, and I don't have to rush things. Let things happen organically, but do everything in my power and in my team's power for right now to help push us forward in the direction that we want to go.
yeah.
Even if it's just one step that's better than where we were last week, yesterday, or last month.
That's really good.
What would you say a piece of advice or the biggest thing that you've learned in your 6-month journey as an associate has been?
Yeah. Wow, there's so much that I've learned. I think the most, as far as like advice, I think is just surrounding yourself with a good support system inside and outside of the office, and being not being afraid to say I don't know, or can you help me make this better or more efficient. And I'm very fortunate to be in a practice that like encourages that and allows that, and I don't take that for granted. But relying on, people like you and my other mentors to help me continue to grow in this journey, and know that, you know, just because I have a job and I'm not in residency anymore, the learning is not over, and I don't think it ever will be. And yeah, just allowing myself to have my people and know which people to go to for which things. When you've had just a tiring day, you're not going to go to your boss and be like, I'm so tired, blah, blah. Like that's what my husband is for, like. And I'm not going to come home, I mean, I'm sure I still do, but come home and complain about an insurance narrative to Adam or ask for help. You know what I mean? Just knowing who your people are and in your corner, and who can help get you further down the line in these specific areas of your life. And I think it's just good to have a big support system and not rely on any one person to hold it all, and also not making yourself hold all of those balls at once.
Very great points. And I think the thing that's so beautiful about our key takeaways from our milestone journeys is that pretty much what you said and what I said applies to both of both of us and anyone in any career, but especially in the profession of dentistry.
Yeah, it's okay not to have it all figured out, and that's why we're doing this show, is the constant reminder. um, I think it'll be super cool to see in another year, 5 years, where we both are, and how this episode will be fun to look back on.
It sure will. And, you know, like you said, mentorship and learning to trust the process and everything. And if you all are looking for us or looking for any type of support, Ignite DDS, we love to help. anyone in any way in any part of their journey,
Yeah.
in their dental career. So reach out to us. You can find, Ignite DDS on our website, or you can find us on Instagram at Ignite DDS. You can find me on Instagram at Dr. _Sartor. And you can find Savanah
At
at
Savanah Craig DDS.
We look forward to seeing you guys next time, and we're so excited to have you along this journey with us, and we are happy to be along the journey with you all too. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Beyond Graduation. If you enjoyed this week's episode, be sure to share it with a friend. Connect with us on social media at Savanah Craig DDS and at Dr. _Sartor. And remember, you are not alone on this journey.
This episode was sponsored by the Dental Residency Guide and the Beyond Graduation ebooks. These ebooks can be found at ignitedds.com/ebook.
Thank you so much for listening to Beyond Graduation, brought to you by Ignite DDS and Future Dentists.